Hello there, and welcome back to Metroid Dread. In the last video, we got the Phantom Cloak from Corpius, showed a bunch of things. I see a thing I need to change. Showed a bunch of things from my sort of more speedrun kind of route, and also got the wide beam. I actually need to change my controls real quick. I always forget until I load the game. Shoulder switch. I did that on my actual speedrun too. And yeah, since I recorded the last video, and actually since a video was uploaded, because it's been a week with no videos, I did an actual speedrun attempt. I did a run on Twitch. And it went pretty well, actually. There was some fun conversation with a couple people in the chat, which was nice. And I did, for the most part, better than normal. There's a couple parts I screwed up on, but I actually ended with the best time I've ever gotten. And I am now quite confident that I can beat the game in under 2 hours. Very cool. I think I'm going to be doing streams of the game, speedrun attempts of the game, occasionally. I don't know about every week. It'd be actually kind of cool to do one a week, and then also have another stream where I do something else. But my schedule's been a mess, which is exactly why we had a week gap between videos. I was feeling stressed and had a hard time getting videos recorded in time, and so I decided to take a week off. I am back now, though, and I'm excited to be back. Obviously, after getting the wide beam, all we can really do is head back to Cataris. I need to try not to just blitz through, but I now have quite a lot of experience blitzing. Did I show? Yeah, I did show these blocks, the speed booster blocks there. Thought so. But yeah, once we get the wide beam, there's nothing else to do in Dyron. I didn't show all the other paths here, but I believe both of these, are blocked by speed booster blocks. This is blocked by a tunnel that we can't get through since we don't have the morph ball. And that's it. There's nothing else in Dyron for us to do. The other thing here would be these. These are also speed booster blocks, as I showed. So now we just progress in Cataris once more. I mentioned this game has a very sort of natural flow to it, and it really does. Oh, no. You can go, I'll go around. It's faster to go straight up to the right there, and I didn't really figure that out until recently. I used to just sort of wander around here aimlessly, unsure of what to do, end up here and be like, oh shit. I can't go through there because I don't have the morph ball. Ah, damn it. It's fine. But yeah, you can just come straight up this way, and then go over here. And here we are. These doors always signal the entrance to a central unit. And I don't remember if I mentioned the fact that we're going to be fighting a bunch of central units, because the first one we saw was already destroyed in Arteria, which I don't generally do because of the skip. But the second and third ones we fight... Oh, I almost skipped the cutscene. Need to make sure not to. Oh, it is such a reflex, though. I don't know why I'm being quiet. This scene is basically exactly the same every time. The energy from the central unit transforms the arm cannon into an Omega Cannon. Omega Blaster online. Omega Stream online. Very same. For this Emmy, what I like to do... I've sort of flip-flopped on it recently. I love the way this affects the camera, by the way. And if you get up against a wall, her silhouette looks kind of weird. Honestly, it looks a little weird in general, the way she moves her shoulders. I think I mentioned that in part 1. I love the way the little unit on her legs, her feet move. The little plate. Very cool. Everything about Samus's design and animation is phenomenal here. But I have now pretty well figured out the way I want to handle every Emmy. And for this one, I want to head back up against this wall and do this. With this, you can damage it along the way as it crawls through here, And you can actually pretty reasonably do that. Break it first. Oh, I don't think I've ever shot an enemy with the Omega Blaster while they're in a crevice like that. That's cool. As you can see, regardless of how you shoot them down, they will have the same animation here. Where it puts you, I think, is actually different. Yeah, we're right next to that hole there. Usually I do this a little farther to the left. Now, we've just finally gotten the Morph Ball. It takes longer than normal. And there's 2 glitches I want to show. But first, Morph Ball acquired. Allows Samus to curl into a ball and enter narrow spaces. Press ZL or tilt L down when crouched to transform. While in Morph Ball form, press B to jump. Yeah, you get the Spring Ball for free. When standing next to a narrow tunnel near ground level, press B while moving toward the tunnel with L to automatically switch to Morph Ball form and enter. This also works while grabbing onto a ledge leading into a narrow tunnel. Yeah, the way this is done is brilliant. You can, in midair, press ZL. I have it set to L to just Morph Ball and unmorph Ball. If you press it while sliding or while stationary, you'll Morph Ball. And oftentimes, Samus will intelligently Morph Ball like this. He gets right up. And there's a lot of other similar situations. And actually, depending on the way that you enter, she will actually sometimes automatically exit Morph Ball form. Depending on how obvious it is. Like, depending on how the game thinks what you want to do. If the game thinks you were just going through the tunnel, it'll exit you in Morph Ball form. If it thinks you want to stay in Morph Ball form, it'll let you stay. It's really interesting, and it works pretty seamlessly. But first, I want to show off a glitch. Might take me a while to get it to happen. I actually recorded myself doing this on the Switch 30-second feature. So if I fail to do it, I can show that off. Basically, when you grab a ledge in midair, Samus does a little grab animation. Actually, it's a little later than I realized it was. And what you want to do is Morph Ball on, I think, the first frame that's active. First frame that happens. It's really hard to pull off. And it's hard to tell that you've done it. There we go, I did it. It's called the Ledge Warp. If you Morph Ball on that correct frame, and you unmorph while facing the same direction and in midair, you'll warp back to that platform. I don't want to use the 30-second recording because it's lower quality. Yeah, there's another one. Yeah! As far as I know, there is no limitation for how that works. You can even enter other rooms. I don't know if you can leave to other areas. No, because you wouldn't be able to do anything that forced you to exit Morph Ball. But if you just slightly fail the ledge warp, you'll do something called the Space Ball, which makes the Morph Ball fly up into the air. That requires being, I think, just 1 second too late. Or 1 frame too late, sorry. So 1/30th of a second too late. You do slowly get a feel for it, but it is very hard to do reliably. Ugh, I can't get it to happen. So I apologize for the lower quality, but here's a recording of it happening. Yeah, there's the Space Ball. That's what it looks like. But yeah, I don't think there's ever a use for the Space Ball, but it is a thing, so I figured it was worth pointing out. Anyway, now that we have Morph Ball, there's a ton of areas we can go to, including this one that has a secret, but I'm going to go ahead and spoil it by saying there's nothing to get there right now. There's tons of other little paths we can take with Morph Ball tunnels. I think I'm going to go ahead and just beeline to the correct path, though. We still can't do anything with these things. And we could return to Arteria. Let me see how many areas there are accessible with the morph ball. Not that many. There are areas we haven't been to, and I will perhaps try to be a little bit more exhaustive with exploration. I will be returning to areas to collect items, but not for a bit. So yeah, you might notice this. And in fact, this is the way we need to go. But there's a faster way than going all the way around to get there. You just head straight down this way. Go through here. Get a nice missile tank as a reward. We're finally getting the morph ball. And we just pop through here and it'll drop us straight down to an area we've been in before. This area with the giant demon head thing, which I'm not sure I actively talked about. I think I did. It's similar to the statues at the entrance to Kraid and Ridley's lairs in Metroid 1 and Zero Mission. It's heated down there, so you have to come up through here to get through. If we go left here, we'll find a nice little save room. Very nice. Said nice twice there, but that's fine. Oh, I am out of practice recording, but I'm also really excited to be recording again. I felt bad that I missed a week, but I was, as always, busy with a million things. Missile plus tank acquired. Missile plus tanks are really nice. I do go out of my way to get a couple in my speedrun route. I'm not trying to be too confident calling it speedrun route, because, like, it's not a perfect route. It's just one I came up with myself, and that's satisfying. Once I get under 2 hours, or if I just feel like I have reached the maximum potential for this route for me, then I will look at the higher routes and see what different paths people take, and I might try to practice the more intense tricks, like Shine Sync, which is just one glitch that I haven't been able to do. I'll try to do it and show it later in the series, but I make no promises. Oh, I should also buy the digital version of the game. Oh, I realize this is the first time we've used a teleportal, isn't it? They are teleports that transport you between areas. I think they're always in two separate areas. We've seen both sides of the yellow teleportal, but we haven't actually been to either. You can see that you have to enter to this teleportal to get through this door. Which means we do need to use the speed booster to come up here to get this. And actually, this is an interesting point. Yeah, I'm actually going to make a change to my order here. No, I won't. I will just mention... the other way to get a certain item. Because it's so much less convenient. Anyway, we're now back here, and by the way, this is breakable. Including that one, but we can't break it because we don't have what we need for that, which is just question mark, right? Yeah. But we can finally get this missile tank. I used to get this when doing fast runs, but I haven't recently because it's not worth it. There's a bunch of missile tanks that I usually go for that just aren't worthwhile. Sure, I'll save. It's interesting how not blitzing through means we make so much less progress in one video. Come up here, we can get another energy part. Kill that dude. And this room is interesting. I played through the entire game going through like this several times before I saw in a video that you can just do that. You can just go through this center path here by shooting it out. Crazy. And these are breakable as well, but once again, we cannot currently break them. This is an area that I always forget exists and I never come back to in speedruns. Obviously I have to later because we don't have what breaks that. This is one of the few spots that I actually consistently use the quick charge glitch, which I showed, right? Yeah. Obviously, we can go to the right here. But it's super heated. I never go in there. Interesting. I think that's entirely blocked off there, yeah. I've never gone in there prior to this. Thermal fuel has been redirected. Thermal flows... Fuck. Thermal fuel's flow has been redirected. This starts a whole little sequence here. You know, the music's getting a little intense. Some crazy sound effects. There's fire everywhere. Usually I just sort of blitz through here. I don't generally care too much if I take a little bit of damage. Things will sort of move around you. Paths will get blocked. And then you have to reopen them, kind of like that. And if you wait in here long enough, you can actually see on the map here, the rooms are becoming superheated. I love those sound effects. Yeah, the heat slowly rises in this room, forcing you up until you go in here. Once again, there's this thing we can't interact with. There is stuff over there that I wish I could get right now. It's not that big a deal. I don't ever get it in speedruns, so clearly it's not something important. Oh! This is like one of my favorite Chozo statues in the game, just this little area up here. I love it. And it also gives me one of my favorite items. Suit acquired! God, getting new suits in Metroid games is always super satisfying, especially when they're as pretty as they are in this game. And obviously, we saw this suit at the beginning, so it's not truly new, but oh, it's great to have. Reduces damage taken from enemy attacks and insulates Samus from extreme heat. However, it does not prevent damage from extreme cold and lava. In addition, the Vario suit slightly increases the dash melee's damage. True. It is now colored. Looks very cool, and it does bonus damage, as it said. Only the dash melee, obviously. That's, I guess, this is a new form of melee I haven't shown yet. Morph ball melee. It's actually just very similar to the slide melee. Oh, I love the visual effect on that. And yeah, like it said, you cannot just run through lava. It is possible to get this without dying. I'm not going to here, though. If I had full health... Oh, very close, actually, yeah. If I had full health, I could totally do that. It's fine. As I've, I think, mentioned before, this game's full of checkpoints. Yeah, it's been a bit since I saved, but worst case scenario, I'm back at the Varia suit, and that's where I am. It's fine. Oh, I love the way the Varia suit looks. It is so cool. Actually, if I do that, I'll get more health back. Nah, I still don't think that's enough to get it. It's fine. We'll be back. We will eventually be able to withstand lava. We can re-explore this area, but we don't really have much reason to, at least not the top here. I love how destroyed it is, and I love the just orange glow that comes with areas being superheated. It's very cool. No. I always try to shoot that out and go morph ball through the tunnel, but then I always end up coming up anyway. Oh, it's so cool. I love the little flame effects in midair. I already said that with, I think, something else earlier in this game, although maybe I was talking about Other M, because I did say something like that in Other M. This is the room that was blocked before. It is now open. I don't know what this thing is in the background, but I've always thought it looked really cool. It looks like a thing that would, like, lock in. Oh, it's very cool doing wall jump up here. You cannot wall jump up 1 block spaces, but you can 2. You can no longer get into this spot right here. It is impossible. We drop down here. Here we are on, I was about to run away from it, because I usually speed through here. But it's an energy refill, an energy recharge station, correct? Yeah. And there is a red teleportal here. But now we can't actually go down. Actually, this is a red. We've been here before. We're back here at the red teleportal, but we actually can't go down either side anymore. Well, we can by exploiting a glitch. If you morph ball while charging a shot after dash meleeing like this, the shot actually comes from Samus's feet, which is very strange, but it means you can do stuff like this. Yeah, if you just place it correctly, you can shoot through the block and hit this to get down here again. This is not, like, super useful, but it is technically cheating, or with glitches. So... But so if you want to know how to do this, it is basically just... dash melee into the wall, and then aim right about there, and then press the morph ball button. Just like that. Again, this one's not particularly useful, but that is a glitch that we will be showing off in more useful locations a bit later. Anyway, let's go. Since we're trapped here, we're going to go ahead and go back to Arteria, Cataris. Shit, I always forget the names of the areas. There's a ton of ways we can go now that we can enter heated areas. But the way forward for actual progress is right by that demon head. When we heard that growl. Wonder who that could be. Still being a little subtle, I guess, just because I don't know why exactly. But yeah. It does take a while to get through the teleportals. I should totally, as I was saying, buy the digital version of the game, because load times would be a bit faster. Let's go! Let me just look at a couple of the areas we could go. Can't go this way. Can't go this way. We could go this way. We could have gone this way before, actually. A little confused. Oh, I think this area was heated, but is no longer heated after interacting with this device? Maybe? Damn, there's totally areas that I've overlooked. When I pass areas that I can re-explore, even if it's not part of the normal path, I will. Here's 2 more doors we can now go in. There's a ton of heated areas we can go to now, but I'm going to go ahead and go for progress right now. That is sort of a way of forcing you to know that you do still get damaged by lava, even though the game told you that already, but good to be sure. These guys do a lot of damage, so you want to be very careful when countering them. Love that screen. Oh, I love this area. It's very rocky. It actually really reminds me of Hell in Doom 3, specifically. I shot that thing while I was off screen. We're about to see an interesting thing. Down here, there is a breakable thing over here. I'm not sure if we've shown this glitch. I don't think so. But I'll get into it later if not. But while it would feel like you could do this, and I am in fact doing the glitch, there's actually a secondary check that keeps you from breaking this, even using pseudo waves and other glitches. It still doesn't work, which is very strange. Because yeah, I would be hitting it now otherwise. You actually can only get it from the other side. And that's to prevent you from entirely skipping this boss. Because we're about to see a boss. And in fact, look at this. This is a demon head, much like these ones from Metroid 1 and Super. It's the exact same thing, in fact. Now we have a return path out of here. Not just, well, we already could have left, but it's more convenient to go this way. But I'm going to go ahead and head forward for the boss. Samus is so cool. That's one of my favorite cutscenes in the game. I just love the way that Samus is all on guard until she realizes it's Kraid, and then you can see her entire body relax and just handle him. So cool. Yeah, it's Kraid! Here he is! First appearance in Super Metroid. Once again, he opens his mouth if you shoot him in the eyes, and then he's vulnerable in the mouth. He'll spit out these balls. The flaming ones are not breakable, but the rest of them are. He'll shoot his claws at you, his fingernails, if you will. Or if you won't. Oh, it's possible to kill him very quickly, and in fact, there are 2 alternate things with this fight. There are 2 alternate things with this fight that involve items we haven't gotten yet. One of which is... That is a bomb block, by the way. I've been a little coy about that unnecessarily. It looks the same, more or less. If you come here with morph ball bombs, which is possible, then you can... When his eyes glow red at that, that means he's gonna punch. You can dodge, I just screwed it up there. But if you come here with morph ball bombs... Damn. If you come here with morph ball bombs, which you can get early, there are actually 2 items you can get right now. Actually, yeah, there are 3 items we can get right now before this fight. One is bombs. One is grapple beam. I'll go ahead and say that. The other one's a new item, which is very cool. And if you come here with bombs, you can do a quick kill on Kraid. That is very cool. I guess I need to be a little more cautious in this fight, though. Oh, it's a fun fight, though. Partway through, he breaks his restraints. And that's the second phase. And there are several different ways to handle the second phase. What's the safest thing to do here is, well, not quite that, but just shoot the things and dodge the fire. Here we are, back at second phase. Doesn't take that long. He'll shoot out these globs, and sometimes he'll shoot out the purple bits that will go along the ground, which is what he did and killed me. Now he's just doing the enemies, which I don't know. I don't think these are enemies you encounter anywhere else, but maybe they are. After a while, you'll stun him, and he'll spit out all 3 of the spikes. That'll fall down, and you can come up. As you saw before, sometimes he'll shoot spikes one at a time, and you can climb them up. It's very useful. Usually what I do is just shoot with missiles, and then only attack the top claws, because the lower ones, I don't generally have to worry about. Oh! I want to show me dodging that. So I'm going to go ahead and just avoid... I'm not going to hurt him. I want to show me dodging that punch, so I'll see you back at that. You can end this part much earlier by just mashing shots very quickly. I'm also sort of using this as an excuse to... Well, I was going to say refill, but I'm actually near full. I'm actually full on missiles, so... No! Shit. Actually, I think I'm going to show me dodging that punch later when I show one of the other abilities. One of the other tricks you can do. He'll be dead after this, I'm pretty confident. But you just sort of jump up to dodge the punch. It's not that complicated. God, Samus is so cool. I love the way she dodges the spike. That cutscene is slightly different, I think, depending on what he's doing when you reduce his health all the way down. Oh, it's a very fun fight, though. One time, I got to this part here with no missiles, so I had to grind on him in order to get through this door. Very annoying. Diffusion beam acquired! Yeah, we got the diffusion beam. This is another item from Metroid Other M, like the energy parts. Causes charge beam shots to explode on impact. Press and hold Y to charge, then release to fire. The explosion penetrates through terrain. Yes, it is how we get these globs that are blocked. Legitimately. This is actually a great way to demonstrate... I don't remember if I've shown this either, and I'm sorry. You can shoot through walls by dash meleeing in a one-block space like this. This is actually like a perfect demonstration for it, and I kind of messed that up. You cannot use it to get the glob here, I don't think. At least I don't think I've done that successfully. But it is cool. There's a few things I want to mention about Kraid. One, it's not clear how he's here. We last saw him on Zebes, and it exploded. So it's not clear if this is like a clone. Personally, I think that's more likely. Also, I was wrong. You do get it from that side. This is that one. It's not clear if he's a clone or if somehow he was like stolen from Zebes before it exploded or escaped. He's probably a clone. We can come down here, by the way. But there's nothing else we can do down here, because there's lava down here. We can't go through this door either. But we are perfectly set up now to head back. This purple teleporter will take us exactly where we want to go. You can also, by the way, jump backwards on ledges like this. Because obviously normally you can't go back on a wall jump. You have to go through this arc. But with ledges, it works the same way that it does with the, what are they called? I can't target them. I don't know what they're called. The spider magnet surfaces. Now that we have the diffusion beam, we can get through here. The diffusion beam is surprisingly useful, and I love it. Very cool to get that item. Obviously, I don't usually, because it goes out of your way. It's just a normal missile tank. We're heading right back to Dairen, and into a room we've been in before. And yeah, I even showed that we could have come down here before. And you might be able to figure out, once you get the Morph Ball, you can go straight to that area and get this item early. I have a few other points I wanted to mention about Kraid, though. You can actually skip getting the diffusion beam until way later. You don't actually need it if you use glitches until near the end of the game. And I'll point out that specific spot at the time, of course. If you wait past a certain point in the story, Kraid will no longer be there. And that's true for the one other boss you can skip. It's really crazy. And it actually makes sense that they disappear, and I'll explain at the time. And I believe that's true for any boss that you skip prior to that part of the story. But I don't know for sure if any are skippable, aside from Kraid and the one other. To get the other two items that you can get immediately after getting the Various suit, just involves going a little bit out of your way. That includes both the one we're about to get and the one we'll get after that. And getting either one of those lets you get another item, which is why you can get all three of those before beating Kraid. It's just sort of... It's really inconvenient to come all the way around back to here before beating Kraid, because the teleportal sets you up so perfectly, is why I do this normally in my speedrun route. Oh, yeah, I realized this is actually where this is actually the best spot to show off the pseudo wave. Because you can just, what you do is you do a running dash melee. That's just what the dash melee is. You dash melee, which means pushing in the direction and then doing it. And you can shoot through one-block spaces like that. Missiles don't work, I guess. I didn't realize that. Like, we can use that charge to kill this dude from over here. And this right here... Yeah, there we go. To get this energy part, the best way to do it is to slide jump. I explained slide jumping briefly before. You slide off and then jump in midair. But this area is the first real demonstration of this. We can easily get in here if you just know about that secret. That's blocked. And it looks like we can't do anything here, but we can. This is actually a way to get an item technically early, but this is actually really how I recommend doing it. Slide, jump, wall jump to get up here. And then this is tricky. You want to slide and then press the jump button right in the middle of the gap. Now, obviously, we can't safely get back without going in lava. We just progress through here. Can't go up there, but if I can get a missile up there... Yeah, there's an unknown resource up there. Something we haven't seen before. This is the first, like, explicit use of slide jumping. I don't think you ever have to do this. But, like I said, this is how I recommend getting this item. The other way that I think is how they expect you to do it, the normal way, is so much less convenient. I will show off that part. God, I'm saying that too much. But after we get this item, that will be the end for this video. This video's been going by so quick here. But we've shown quite a bit of cool stuff. And I am excited. I mentioned that you could get the grapple beam. That's one of the 2 items you can get early. And I'm bringing that up now because... we actually should go over here first. Oh, we can. Once you come down here, you cannot get out prior to going forward here. In here, there's just these enemies that'll give you drops in case you need to get missiles. And then... grapple beam acquired! The grapple beam is back after not being... well, it's in Samus Returns. Prior to that, that was its first appearance since since Super Metroid. Grapple beam fires a rope-like beam that can latch on to blue grapple points. Press ZR and press Y to fire. After latching on, tilt left stick in the opposite direction to pull objects such as grapple beam doors, grapple beam blocks, and grapple beam boxes. When latched onto a grapple swing point, Samus can swing back and forth. If Samus fires at a magnetic surface, she'll be pulled quickly toward it. Yes. This is a grapple beam block. We can move over to now become a platform. There's a grapple beam door. You're forced to see all 4 of the things there. You swing. And this, you can do... well, you can do all of them in midair, but this one I think is the most fun. Doing that. Very satisfying. It also deals damage. Usually I kill him with that. We can head to the left here, and not only is there a save room, there's also a path this way. This is how you normally are meant to get it. And yeah, you're expected to get it after the speed boost. But you can go ahead and grab this. I don't think this is breakable. Yeah, I think the only way down here is from here. So I'll show how you would normally get here and when after we get the speed booster. I just love the ability to do the grapple beam in midair. It's so much more fun in this game than it is in Super. Like, it's cool in Super, but it's just kind of annoying. Just wanted to break all the blocks. I don't know why I did. For completion, I guess, but... yeah, you can't wall jump in a 1 block space. Which is just to keep you from, like, easily sidestepping things. But yeah, that's it for this video. I feel like I've been so all over the place and weirdly energetic for me. But I'm having a lot of fun showing this game off. And there we go. I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.